I see Mr. Bennett is bringing up the Sharpie trope again. Tell me, what did President Trump make up about these people who are being targeted? These people are being prosecuted for crimes that they did. Some of these people even got preemptive pardons. You only get a preemptive pardon if you did something wrong that no one knows about. As such, the DOJ is still about justice. Let me break Miss Sorensen's drivel down a bit. As usual, her facts are mixed up. The jobs that are being eliminated are redundant jobs that do not need to exist or against America's interests. It is just a Democrat talking point that these government employees are doing something important. Oh, and look! She drew a minority just to get sympathy points. First of all, that is the status quo for both parties. Second of all, the average Joe actually got a tax cut. Third, if a billionaire is making more money, he is incentivized to hire more people. Only gang members and carjackers need to be worried. Everyone else should feel safer. How many U.S. presidents and federal officials met with Putin or other oligarchs? Moving on, the only way to end this war is by talking with both oligarchs. And President Trump had a bomber fly over as a show of strength. Miss Sorensen just loves her drivel. Remember, it is only gerrymandering if a Republican does it. It is called redistricting if a Democrat does it. According to my research, New Mexico and Connecticut have no Republican representatives in Congress, even though they both gave significant wins to President Trump. Illinois Republicans only have 3 of 17 total seats. California, New York, Oregon, New Jersey, and Maryland gave President Trump significant wins, but have little to no representation in Congress. The difference between redistricting and gerrymandering depends on the party that does it. Excuse me, Putin. If you are going to rig an American election, it is easier to create a dossier out of thin air or fill out ballots in advance for the voters. Or even leaving keys on top of the ballot collection box. All things that the Democrats did. I know that people are unruly these days, but there is no way that all of your constituents are gang members and carjackers. Unless you are from California. If so, we probably need more troops. Either way, 3 district judges stopped the Epstein documents from being released. And as we know, a district judge can override any sitting president. Let me break Mr. Omen's malarkey down a bit. Here we go again with the ridiculous claims of fascism. Who kept you in your homes for years over the uncommon cold, while they went out to party? It was not President Trump and the Republicans. Actually, President Lincoln wanted all of the former slaves deported, and it is hard for there to be diversity without any minorities to pander to. Robber barons like the millionaires and billionaires in Hollywood? And those who use insider trading as members of Congress? And those who run massive media empires to parrot Operation Mockingbird talking points? And the unions who only represent themselves? More the people who just own businesses. Why would President Trump sympathize with a National Socialist? A certain 20th century dictator massacred untold numbers of people. President Trump just hurt your feelings. Learn the difference. Mr. Omen just loves his malarkey. Well, there is one major problem with this cartoon. One thing that liberals are seemingly incapable of grasping, no matter how many times they are told. America is a republic, not a democracy. In a democracy, the majority could vote to take away your property. In a republic, your property is your property because it is your property. These legislators fled their duties and responsibilities to a republic, which is the problem. There's no democracy to flee because no such thing exists. Actually, Israel is giving these people aid. Hamas is then stealing the aid. There are even restaurants that are open in Gaza. This is because the terrorists do not put missile launchers here, just schools, hospitals, and playgrounds. As such, I think a slight adjustment is in order, much more accurate. Some of the arrows are bigger and in red. This means that they are more severe. What is patently ignored by the cartoonist are a few facts. 1. Most of the crimes in blue states are not even prosecuted as they are in red states, disrupting the statistics. 2. In some of these blue states, many crimes are legal, such as looting, rioting, or theft, and the police is defunded. 3. Most all of the crimes, such as looting and rioting in these red states, occurs disproportionately in blue pockets. Put these facts together, and Mr. Heller is showing manipulated statistics to make a point. Of course, states that let people riot and burn buildings would consider law enforcement tyrannical. It is like the archetypical child who always gets his way, suddenly being disciplined. You know the type. The only people who need to be concerned are the carjackers and gang members. Mr. Jones just put as many things onto this blackboard as he could, and hoped that at least one of them would be true. Fortunately for patriotic Americans, none of these are true. Normal people just call it redistricting. Well, we saw a lot of corruption with mail-in ballots. And if you believe the fake news, these machines can be dismantled and hacked internally while people are voting all around them. No such laws exist, as opposed to the 2016 lies. Speaking of which, this was created by the Clinton campaign and weaponized by the Obama administration. Yes, the day that the people were led into the Capitol. Truly scary. Are liberals ever going to stop taking this call out of context? As such, no arguments are left.